unpack a little bit, right? Because I am a mega Sprung. I'm a mega fan. You probably haven't realised until this moment, right? So, growing up, my brothers both skated, and I watched 411, and I rode mountain bikes, and I wished I had a 411. And so when in the back of Dirt magazine, I think there was a Sprung one video magazine. You'd put video magazine underneath it. That to me was like, right, this is it. Now my sport is cool.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, 411 was the coolest thing. It had all the good music, it had all of the core stuff, it had all of the skaters. And so Sprung came out then. Like, to me, that was just mind-blowing, and we pre-ordered it with, you remember you used to have to fill out the form,
send it
off in the post or whatever. I can't remember how.
Did that go directly to you?
Probably, yeah.
Would it have done, yeah. You get all these
early
envelopes.
Early on it was, because we did all the distribution ourselves. But it was funny you mentioned 4-1, because I used to watch that. I was a skater kid when I was like 13, 14. And 4-1 came along a bit after that, because it was all like Pal Peralta videos, Santa Cruz videos. Like Stacey Peralta was like my hero, like filmmaker hero. And I was aware of the effect that the videos we watched had on us and like our group of friends. You know, you borrow one from the local skate shop. We'd all go around a mate's house and watch it, and then go outside and just skate like maniacs and do whatever, and just keep you going for weeks and weeks on end. So from a young age, I was like aware of the power of the video.
Yeah. So you were into skating? Yeah,
and that lasted sort of like till I was about 14 and a half, and I got attacked by a guy, kicked me, pushed me over and kicked me on the street that I used to skate in. Because they used to hate us skating there and stuff, like these old people. And,
I think every skater, so I used to deal with that, I think, as well, right?
So, and it kind of like, it didn't like stop me loving skating at all, but that was like the one spot we had, and it was like outside, my best mate who skated, it was like outside his house, so it wasn't like we were sort of taking liberties for hours and end, like some random house. It just happened that this guy lived there and he hated us. He used to come out. We make like little kickers that were like, you know, that high, and just do fly-offs and stuff. And he'd come out and drive over them in his car. And it'd just be like all the local kids playing in the street. So it was mad. And then one time I was on my own down there, and he came out and pushed me over and kicked me on the ground. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly actually. And
what a weird
and then
bloke.
And my best mate who lived there, he moved away, and then I saw him. We were driving through his village once. Like not long after, I was like, oh no, what happened to David? I haven't seen him around for ages. And then driving through the village where he'd moved to, and he was on a mountain bike, and he was like waving, he's like pointing his bike, he's going, get a bike. And I was still like hardcore into skating and just dreaming of skateboarding.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of when the mountain bike revolution was sort of like hit the UK, and of course I wanted a mountain bike anyway. I had a picture of a Rally Mustang on my school book, you know, laminated on, like the Rally Mustang advert. I thought that was like a really cool bike. Didn't really know much about them, and then bought a second-hand Muddy Fox off this kid, Chris Roberts. It's absolutely shagged. And struggled on with that. Then I got a purple Kona Cinder Cone after, like, you know, when you're a kid and you just pour over catalogues.
Yeah.
For hours and hours and hours.
I
had like the splatter paint Kona catalogue, and I got the one the year after that. It was like straight purple.
What was it about skateboarding that drew you to skateboarding then?
Well, I don't know really. It's like my mum brought home like a little penny sort of type looking board from a car boot sale, and I just took to it straight away. I just kind of like went outside the front of the house and just determined to sort of like get the hang of it on my own.
Yeah.
And then my friend from the year below me at school lived opposite, and he's like, "Oh, I've been skating with this kid down the road. He's really good. You know, you should come out." And I remember going down with this knackered £5 penny board, and then just upgrading. And I guess it's like the technical aspect of it. Skating is sort of like a little bit technical, isn't it? And then it's kind of like pushing yourself. You know, we used to do like acid drops, just like dropping off stuff, and you know, and you can progress quite quickly with that, can't you? And do I was sort of like, I remember thinking, oh, you know, I could do one this high, and I was like really pleased with myself. And it's just kind of that thing, you know.
It's making something of nothing as well, isn't it? If you're like, if you've got that sort of brain, I feel like skateboarding's really good. But a lot of sports are, but like being able to just find a horrible car park and make it into...
Or you could, and you like play all day on like, this little thing.
And I guess I was kind of like a skinny kid, and I wasn't into like football and rugby that much. Stuff like that. Like some kids, it was like their identity, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, like, and for me, I guess skateboarding could become a little bit of my, like what I attached with and stuff. So, I just, I used to buy all the magazines and pore over that, and the culture, you know, it was like looking into a different world, wasn't it? Like the American scene in California, it was just incredible, like to see all that as a UK kid from a village. And
dude, especially back then, it was like...
And then I guess if you want to go deeper into it, like why do kids sort of pick up on different sports? I guess, you know, I was a little bit insecure from my parents splitting up and stuff like that. And I think like kids like that kind of gravitate towards, you know, those kind of sports. I think generally.
Oh, it's interesting.
I think there's like a whole nother level of that. We don't have to get into that too much.
No, I find it fascinating. I've never really thought about.
I bet a lot of people don't. I'm just get this pillow.
There's a lot as well.
A lot of people don't really like aren't aware of that, and like I'm a bit older now, and I can kind of look back and sort of say that, you know,
interesting.
You know, from a more grown up sort of look back at how you were when you were a kid and stuff. So
who was it who talked about that? It might have been Paul. Talking about people gravitate towards action sports if they've maybe like not got a father figure or something like
had
that.
A little bit of trauma.
Really? Get like
had some trauma as well.
Yeah. I've never thought about it myself. I similar. Like my parents split up, although they were lovely. Like they stayed really good, but I don't know. I think there's also for me. I don't know if it's the same for you, but it was like ingrained in our family that like two wheels was the thing that you just did as well. Right, but if you're not from a family like that as well, it may be more like rugby or football or more traditional sports. Yeah,
my dad was like mad into rugby.
Yeah,
but never really like I remember starting rugby at school and I didn't even really know the rules. You know, he didn't like
running and hugging in it.
Yeah. Bath time fun, isn't it? I think I was sort of quite. I remember starting rugby and loads of the kids would bang into it at a big school. I wasn't really like, like I said, I didn't really. What's a fun ball? You know, well, like pass it. You know, I was like, I just grabbed it. It was brilliant. And they're like, no, you didn't do it right. You didn't catch it right. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but where's the freestyle and that? You know, I was like,
I feel like we got like in England, especially, we got like only a certain number of options that are like accepted.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it feels way more oppressive. I think I remember being at school. I've never gravitated towards the sports that everyone play.
Yeah,
I never have, and it's not through being like, I don't know. It's just I didn't like football.
Yeah,
because I didn't want to fiddle around with my feet, and
it felt cool didn't want to run to be the kid that did the thing that no one else was doing.
I guess,
There was that as well. Like the more that like people didn't understand it, for me, like the more I lent into it. Of like they don't know like those brands that you're wearing to school. Like they don't know. They're all wearing the same stuff, the Umbros or whatever it was at the time, and you've got a box t-shirt.
Being different,
and they're just
a bit of a misfit.
Yeah, you were happy in that as well because you had that whole backup behind you.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know about this scene that's out there. Like it's really cool.
I think what was it? Do you see Kes? Have you seen Kes, the film? That came to my head when you were talking about football.
No, I haven't actually.
The Ken Loach film. Some people know what I'm on about. Yeah. But there's a school teacher on there. He's like the football teacher, and he makes it all about him. You know, he pretends to be like Bobby Charlton or whatever playing football, and he just uses the kids as like his sort of like to fulfill his dream. And like PE felt like that to me. Like if you look at that on YouTube, the Kes football scene, it's hilarious. It's really, really good film. So we could talk about like where I went to film college and stuff after that as well, because that's why I quite often like reference old films and stuff.
Right. Well, when did you actually pick up a camera? Was that during skateboarding or not?
Did you enjoy this clip? If so, please like and subscribe. The full episode is available by hitting one of the links on the screen right now, or type The Ride Companion into your favourite podcast app. We've even put links in the show description for you. Cheers!